on, man.
Sit still, my boy, for I'm going to tell thee a story that may very well save your life.
Alright, so welcome back for the first time to a Two Whiskeys podcast. That's right, we're actually back. We took a week's break. You thought we were done with this, but no, here we are again.
A well-earned vacation.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
We couldn't take one from work, so I had to take one from something.
Yeah, so this was obviously the first answer.
Worst vacation ever.
Well, Jake was there.
Yeah, Jake broke his hand or something, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like...
One finger and you were down for
That's not what you said last week.
Yeah.
The whole hand hurt. But now that everything's healed up, it looks like just one finger.
I'm Captain Eric.
That he is. And I am, of course, Soul, your host for the Two Whiskeys podcast. And what are we going to be breaking into this week there, Eric?
I think we should talk some, open it up, break the mold. Let's talk about the SCA.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Never done that before.
first time for everything.
For anyone that hasn't heard of that, that's the Society for Creative Anachronism. We're going to be talking some about the martial activities they go on, archery, knife throwing. That wasn't me.
Even the dog. Yeah, we'll get into the actual fighting part of things. Maybe the competition areas like throwing and archery and all that kind of good stuff. And I guess our
heavy
experiences.
fighting, light fighting, combat archery, rapier,
Is that it?
Rapier is like fighting.
It's different though.
Yeah, we'll try and loop everything together.
There's like
simpleton.
There's like 30 different things in light fighting. There's saber, there's rapier, there's fencing, there's musket and fencing, there's cut and thrust. Yeah.
And that concludes the light fighting portion.
And combat archery. Yeah.
And combat archery. So, I haven't personally had a ton of experience with the competitive scene as far as like the fighting or archery, throwing, that kind of stuff. I've participated in a few practices at some smaller events, but nothing on a major scale. I know you've got a lot of experience in the archery field of that. Also, just completed his Reaper Challenge, everybody. Hell yeah.
That's a challenge going on right now. It's it's technically supposed to... Thank you. I'll clap too, for me. As always.
Thanks, Jake.
I've been trying to get Jake to do it, the Reaper Pell Challenge. It's supposed to be, or it started out with just hitting a Pell with a weapon, but it branched into thrown weapons and archery as well. But it's 100 strikes on your Pell, or 100 arrows, or 100 thrown weapons for 100 days, 100 times a day, and you can't miss like a single one. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
It sucked. I think I had 4, maybe 5 days where I had to do it in the pouring rain. Probably another like 10 or 15 while it's drizzling outside. It's not fun.
I mean, was it worth it?
It's hard to say I'm a better archer. I am a better archer, but it's like when you first get into something, like a hobby, and like you spend a lot of time on Wikipedia. And like you come away after like 3 hours on Wikipedia, and you're like, I know like 90% of there is to know, right?
Yeah,
that's where I was before the Reaper Challenge.
Okay.
Now I'm like, oh shit, I don't know anything.
Well, you know how to shoot an arrow through a block of dry ice now.
I do.
Yeah, that's a new thing. And also how expensive shooting at the same targets with the same arrows every day for 100 days gets.
Yeah, I went through. I cleanly broke 12 arrows. That was my final count. And I probably have another 20 arrows that will never pass inspection again. Like, without a lot of work put into them.
Overall, I don't know too well. How much do you typically end up spending on arrows these days?
I was buying really cheap arrows because I knew I was going to go through them like a motherfucker.
That's why they broke.
No, it broke because I have my phone muted.
Cut. So welcome back for a second time to the Two Whiskeys podcast. After that brief intermission, where were we?
The expenses of firing 100 arrows a day for 100 days.
Yeah, you said you were buying cheap.
Yeah.
What would that end up coming out to typically per arrow?
For the economy arrows I was buying, it was probably like $50 a dozen.
Okay.
And I had to buy let's see, I went through my first 2 dozen, like broken or just past repair really quickly. I ended up having to buy another 2 dozen, and they don't shoot the same anymore either. They're all bent to hell, like scratched up. I could hit the bull like perfectly almost every time with a new set of arrows. After 20 days, I'm lucky to hit the fucking target at 15 yards. They're just warped to hell. I mean, again, that's where the cheap arrows come from.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Yeah, you said it was the cheap arrows why they were breaking. No, I was the ones that broke like in half is because I shot them in half with another arrow. Unless they were carbon, I don't think anything saved. Any wooden arrow is going to save.
Yeah, that's probably true, I guess.
But, yeah, I think I went through like 2 strings as well, 2 arrow rests, 2 targets, a couple $100.
Yeah, adds up. Now you said you want to be doing the Throne Reaper next. You gonna start that soon?
Yeah, I'm doing that next. I need a price. I think it's gonna be like $30 for a set of 3 of the throwing knives that I throw, and I want to get like 10 of those.
Probably gonna break a few.
Oh, for one, I'm definitely gonna break a few, but
Yeah.
I also don't want to have to keep going back and forth to the target, constantly.
A million fucking
Imagine,
times.
imagine doing that every 3 thrown knives for 100 throws. I'm also planning on doing where I only count times where it's stuck in the fucking target.
At first I was gonna say it's only 33 times, but never mind.
Ideally, at the
Ideally.
end, I'll only be throwing 33 times.
Maybe by the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not gonna happen that way. But hope springs eternal. Now,
I'm a pretty damn good knife thrower as is. I bet you I'll have a few days once I start that. By the end of it, I bet you money I'll have a few days where I didn't miss a single one in a day.
oh, I'm sure because we've gone. We used to throw knives as part of like a drinking game in the dead of night outside an apartment complex.
Dark, yeah.
And there was a noise ordinance after a certain time. And we'd spend most of the night out there just, playing these different drinking games we had with sticking knives in. And then when it got to that time, we switched to, like, the ultimate risk game.
Silent knife, deadly knife.
Yeah, and that was always a fun experience because you literally, if you failed to stick a knife and it clattered and made noise, you were done for the night and you had to go inside.
Yeah, and it's gonna clatter because we're standing on like rocks and pebbles and stuff on that back porch, and there's a brick wall behind our target.
Yeah, so there was no hope if you didn't stick your knife. So you had to be one of the big boys to play in that game. Because
we chill out there for hours too. Like,
yeah,
I'm missing a single knife. Forcing people to go inside.
I think I only did that twice with you guys.
It was a rough game.
Yeah, some real standards to play in that league.
Safety was not our utmost concern.
I got hit by several ricochets.
Yeah, we're in an enclosed porch doing that.
Yeah, what like a
15 feet long, maybe 20 feet long
at
I
best.
split my finger in half one time.
And again, it's the end of the night at a party, so we're pretty intoxicated.
Yeah, along those lines.
So yeah, when we're talking about the SCA and like its tournaments and competitions and championships, like no, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. For the record, you can't be drunk while doing that. It's kind of a liability. We're just dumbasses.
Yeah, but we were good at it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think I really ever got injured.
No, I don't think you did. I don't believe I did. The only one that did was Jake.
The only reason I got injured was because if I moved out of the way, it probably would have stabbed one of the girls behind me in the face.
Turning into something chivalrous.
Nah, I don't want that on my conscience.
I don't think that's in like the laws of chivalry.
It doesn't sound like you at all, though.
Why didn't you just catch it?
Yeah.
And I tried. That's why the finger got split open.
Aren't you a black belt in karate?
What did that have to do with anything?
You should have expert reflexes.
No, he's taking
I
karate.
expertly caught it by the blade.
I did try several times to catch a fucking knife when it was ricocheting back at me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't think I ever actually caught one.
Caught one in my shoe.
Like the years we were doing that.
Well, we did some dangerous stuff. And we'll continue to do so.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like us at all.
I'm just thinking of my like $500 boots that I bought at Pennsic. This like handmade, completely waterproof, fucking sandals, and we're playing a fucking like knife throwing game at an event one day with like a sharp as fuck knife, and we're just throwing it as close as we can to our shoe. Just sitting there, bored out of our mind, half drunk, and I fucking threw it directly into my fucking toe of my brand new, $500 leather boots.
Hey, lifetime warranty, baby.
It's not waterproof anymore.
Yeah, weird.
But my toe's fine. It would not have been.
If it wasn't for those shoes. Money well spent.
One of your toes would look like your fucking finger there.
What do you mean?
The other
The
one.
other one.
The other finger.
The other hand.
I hate you. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, speaking of more like martial stuff, because like the SCA is centered around what they call heavy fighting, and that's people getting in like full fucking plate armor and getting rattan sticks and metal shields and just beating the dog shit out of each other out on a field. You're talking like thousands of people at the bigger events.
Yeah.
First
major ones.
Fight I ever saw, my first Pennsic. Like, I need to go see the battlefield one morning because we're waking up at what, like 10:30 at best every morning.
That was only because the sun was so hot. Didn't
Yeah,
get
you
up
have
later
to.
than that.
Yeah, but like the fights start at like 8 o'clock. I think that's when the cannon blasts go off
Something like
to
that.
signal the first fights.
Oh yeah, they fire actual cannons to signal the start of
Yeah.
fights, by the way.
They don't have cannonballs in them though,
Well,
It's
But
still
they-
loud as shit.
but they do have like half loads in them, and they're loud as shit. Yeah,
half a cannonball's still gonna fly pretty far, but whatever.
half loads of gunpowder.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Does it? But yeah, I ran up there once on one morning of my first Pennsic, and I got to see my first. It wasn't a field battle. I think it was a bridge battle, and it was against some random kingdom that I didn't know the name of at the time. I don't remember it now. Against like the 3 mercenary groups
All right.
that everybody knows at in the SCA and at Pennsic. It was like it was Rome, like Legion Rome, and then Black Talon and the 2 Chucks. And in the SCA, like those names speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much into all that right now because I could talk for fucking hours about shit I've heard about the 2 Chucks and Black Talon.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
There's some badasses.
yeah, they're essentially just badasses. They walk around events and people just don't fuck with them for several reasons that may or may not be true.
Yeah. A lot of implications.
A lot of that. And yeah, I saw this bridge battle begin, and there's that fight going on one bridge, and then like 6 other bridges going on, all kinds of different kingdoms and other mercenary groups fighting each other and all that kind of shit. And the way they formed it, I don't know how much detail do you want me to go into what I saw. It's like just their lineup, their strategy. It was like they were one group. It wasn't 3 different.
Yeah, they had crazy synergy.
Yeah. It wasn't 3 different mercenary groups when they were out in the fucking field. Like they had like the Legion up at the front with their shield wall, and they just like, opened it just enough so that some of Black Talon could come in and just kill a couple guys in one hole, and then they would just like spread out and like form another shield wall, and then 2 Chucks would come through and just slaughter everybody that was left, like unguarded. And they did that 3 times. And the fight was over. The rest of the bridge battles took another 20 minutes to conclude. That lasted maybe 5 minutes. It was the most brutal fucking showing of force that I've ever seen before, and I felt bad for that kingdom that had to fight them.
That is impressive. You live in America.
It was badass. As in cool, not scary.
Oh, okay.
I would have been scared.
If you
I
were-
was
Yeah,
on the
you
other
were.
fucking team. I mean,
Very efficient.
yeah. And yeah, I've seen field battles before too. But that one, not only was it the first big fight that I've seen in the SCA, but just the fucking brutality of it. It just blew my mind. Like, all right, I've never even heard of these guys yet.
Yeah.
Or barely heard of these guys. And yeah, I'm not gonna fuck with them on or off the field.
I feel like we grew out of that a little bit because we've definitely, at the very least, accidentally stood up to some two chucks.
Yeah, but only when there's
Years.
like one or two of them. Not when there's.
Yeah, not when there's the whole group fully armored, of course.
And we made friends with several.
Yeah.
And we realized a lot of the rumors about them weren't true,
Well,
but
they're-
in doing so, we
they're-
learned more rumors about them that are true.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yep. They say never meet your heroes, never meet your villains either.
So what have you seen out there? I know you've seen some tournaments and stuff.
I mean, I've seen a few tournaments here and there. I've got some footage of some that I've seen at WoW, especially, and Fool's War. I believe when it was at its old site, there was some night tournaments going on. It's silly, but also amazing to witness because you'll go out there and it'll be a huge ring of people, and you'll just have these fighters come in doing like 1-versus-1 fights. And they'll come out to like music and fanfare and lights and all kind of
It's
shit.
like WWE.
Yeah, like professional wrestlers, basically. You know, people do like laps around the ring to their song a couple times before it ends. Like, and I remember the last Fool's War I believe we got to participate at was just fantastic because where we ended up having our encampment,
Oh yeah.
like you could literally spit and accidentally hit the like tournament ring where they were fighting in. So we were literally able to sit in our camp and watch all the fights happen.
Yeah, we were the closest encampment.
Yeah. I mean, front row seats basically where we slept. So we just sat out there, got drunk, and cheered them on.
Yeah. And if we want to really get a real good look at what's going on, we walk fucking 5 feet to the ring, check it out.
Yeah. If we feel like it.
Yeah. God, so many people are standing in my way. All 2 of them.
Really, just one of the best parts about those is walking around and talking to all the other people that are watching the fight, and just
Just interrupting their experience.
well, not even so much.
I mean, that's what the SCA is about.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
But you just start talking to people about the fighters, and they're like, "Here, try this booze that I
Yeah.
have."
And that's what I was saying. Like, that's literally what the SCA is about. Like, people are just standing around watching something. You strike up a little conversation. All of a sudden, you're drinking high-class liquor or homemade booze.
Yeah.
And then you just do that 20 times, and it's a good night.
Yeah. No investment
Yeah.
needed.
You made 2 friends, and you got a shitload of booze.
Yeah. Mm.
God, I miss this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But we're not here to be sad about things. I actually remember my first battle.
podcast or in life?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that philosophy.
Yeah. No, I remember my actual first battle that I witnessed. It was very interesting to me because my first event was War of the Wings, actually. And I remember I was walking down a pathway back to our camp, I think from the showers, and there was a woods battle going on. And I'd actually never witnessed a battle before, and so I stood and watched, and it was kind of crazy from at least my perspective. Somebody who'd never seen any of this kind of shit before. Like, I hadn't even been to like major DAG events or anything.
Oh, and again, if I remember, yeah, the woods battle was right in front of our camp at War of the Wings as well.
Just we get really lucky with placement, I guess. But yeah, I stood there and watched, and it's an overshadowed, dense woods. So I'm just seeing like shadowy figures just darting around, clashing and fucking dying. So to me, I'm like, holy shit, this is intense. Yeah, that's about it. And so, I mean, I finished watching. I'm just like, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to camp. That was it.
I was waiting for the climax to that story. I feel so cut.
Sorry, I've got nothing better beyond that. It was a fun new experience.
I just saw these guys like clashing in the woods and running back and forth. And yeah, that was it.
You want to make something up? I can make something up.
You turned around and you found $20 on the ground.
That is actually the event
Okay.
where I bought my first pouch, which was $20.
I want to hear you make something up.
Oh, okay. All right. So I ended up watching a little spat between a 2 versus 2 situation going on. It was right next to a pretty deep ditch, like 4 feet deep or so. And these guys got pushed back into it, and I just watched their rattan break mid-fall, and they impaled themselves.
Oh, God.
And then I ran away.
It got dark so
Yeah,
quickly.
it got so dark.
A new podcast idea. We just lie the whole time.
Isn't it this?
What? Just make stuff up. Never happened.
Well, so I haven't actually fought in SCA, but I have fought in EMP, which is similar to the SCA. It's Empire Medieval Pursuits.
It's kind of like HEMA.
It's actually it's almost the exact same thing as SCA, except they allow more fantasy stuff. People dress up as orcs and shit like that.
Don't they have
Okay.
steel swords?
There's a section of it that does
Real
the
steel.
regular retain, and there's a section of it that does real steel. Now, in one of my favorite battles was we had it was a mock battle where there was a group that was trying to bring a wagon somewhere, and they had to go through the woods, and they had to defend it, while another group of us had to kill everybody. We were basically robbers, and had to kill everybody and take the wagon.
They've actually done that in the SCA before as well, and I've heard another story about that. Does yours get interesting?
It gets painful.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go.
So things got painful. Unfortunately,
You were there.
it's hard to get armor off.
Well, this is...
Oh, did you?
Is this the stuff you were doing when you were working on your armor and building your armor?
Mhm.
I thought that was like HMB or HEMA that you were doing.
No, that is that. But this was while I was doing that, we also went to another event, which does stuff like SCA.
So it's the exact same armor?
No, I was borrowing somebody else's armor.
No, but it's this, you wear the same armor that you in what you're talking about that you would wear in like HMB.
No, what I'm talking about, I'm wearing the same armor as I would in SCA.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got thought on.
Yeah.
Because there is different armor between like HEMA and SCA. Because like HEMA they fight like steel, and
Steel weaponry.
if you get hit with that, like there's gaps in SCA armor, a lot of gaps, and you can't fight steel in SCA armor.
the helmets don't hold up as well. If you get hit in the head with a steel weapon and an SCA armor, it's going to be dead.
Yeah, you're gonna get fucked up.
Give you a concussion or some shit.
But anyway, so we're waiting in the woods, and we're waiting for this wagon to come by. And I'm sitting a little further up before everybody, and I'm supposed to be the initial attack.
Mm.
And I'm waiting.
What was your weapon?
I had a polearm. I was going to reach out behind a tree after they passed
Oh,
me
okay.
and whack one back in the head.
Ah, the coward's axe.
Yep.
Did they have like bows and arrows or anything?
They did not.
Did you?
Real steel
No,
bows.
we did not.
I mean,
Get in between those fucking armor plates with it.
have you seen the fucking tips they use in combat archery?
Mm.
They're like hardened rubber tips about that fucking big. Just big enough that it can't go through the grill of your faceplate. If you got hit in the fucking chest with that, it'd feel like you got shot with a rubber
It's like a
bullet.
legitimate stun arrow.
Yeah, it'd fuck you up.
So I'm waiting. They pass by. I go to run out, and as I'm running out, I'm like, my God, my leg is in so much pain right now, and I have no idea why. Have I just been standing in the spot for too long?
A broken arrow sticking out of it.
Snake.
And I turn out, and I look at him, and the guys don't even attack me, but they see me long enough to go, dude, you might want to check your leg.
Just bone sticky.
And I look down, and my entire leg is just covered in fire ants.
Oh.
Over the armor, under the
Oh
armor.
my
Oh,
god.
this explains the burning.
So a little,
Oh.
about on par with the bone sticking out then.
Fuck that. Fuck that, man.
Nature is a miracle. I love nature.
I remember when I was like fucking 8 years old, I let my friend tie me to a tree.
What?
We were 8, shut up. But no, the point is there was an ant pile on that fucking tree, and it was a very good knot. Shit sucked.
Does it get dark? Oh, you're still.
It took me like 10 minutes to get out.
Oh.
But I just want to point out, camping is always a bad idea. when you're in a fight.
Oh, I thought you meant like regular like tent camping.
Oh,
Now think about like Call of Duty.
No, like Call of Duty
campers.
camping. Yeah.
Camping is a bad idea. It doesn't actually work.
No, ambushing works.
Why?
It's like tried and true throughout history for just millennia.
yeah.
It didn't work for me.
Did y'all win that battle?
Yeah.
So it did work.
Did you survive?
No, my teammates were just really good.
Because of the ambush.
Did you survive the fight?
No.
It was win-win.
It's not enough that we should win. Jake should lose.
Mm. Sorry, Jake.
Oh yeah, I love that story. My shot glass empty.
Cool story, bro.
Actually, leave it open. We're about to crack the whiskey.
Yeah, we're
in a
gonna
second.
dive into this new whiskey here in just a second. And do we have any more about the SCA we want to cover? Because I mean, I don't have a lot of experience in the heavy fighting field of things, but I know you've at least got armor.
I put the armor on again. Like so is Jake. He's put on the SCA equivalent of the armor, or the same thing he would have worn in the SCA. He's also built his own armor for like HEMA and shit, or like HEMA legal armor, which is just way more involved.
To a certain extent, it is, yes.
Well, it's like more realistic armor,
right?
right?
You can do the same type of stuff for SCA armor. In fact...
Well, yeah, but like in HEMA, you have to be like 95% covered.
Yeah.
And SCA, you have to be like 70% covered.
Yeah.
You could literally go out there with a helm, kidney guards, like, I think like elbow guards, hand guards, and a cup.
Yeah, basically protect your major joints and soft areas, and you're good.
Yeah, and a gorget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can be
I've
fucking
seen
naked.
people go out there with literally no chest armor at all and just a kidney belt. Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Just come back.
He had
bruised
a
on.
shield.
I've been hitting the shoulder
That's
with
it.
a pole arm.
No sword.
He had a tower shield.
He just broke the line.
Yeah.
I've been hitting the shoulder with a pole arm without any armor on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it again.
So I don't understand. One of our friends, Lil John, he doesn't have any shoulder armor.
Have you seen his shoulders?
Have you seen what rattan can do to a shoulder? Because in the SCA,
it's not good.
SCA is advertised as it's like full force, but it's not. It's really not supposed to be. It's like near full force.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pull a little bit. Like you're not swinging for the fences when you're trying to hit somebody in the fucking head, even though they have like 10 gauge steel
Wrapped around it.
wrapped around their head. I mean, these people do it, and especially when you're at an event, these people are doing it, like going out there and fighting like 3 or 4 times a day. You're not always going to put your armor on perfectly.
True.
And obviously, we don't want people getting concussed and broken ribs and all that shit out there. So they say, like, pull a little bit. But, a lot of people don't. So I don't understand the people that go out there without shoulder armor on or fucking without, rib cage armor.
Your rib cage is the body's natural armor for that area.
That can be broken very easily.
Easily's a strong word.
You don't have
We
to
have
be
some
that
rattan
strong.
out there. You want to test it for the podcast?
It's a little rotted, so probably safer than normal rattan.
Probably.
All right, let's
Probably.
do it.
You want to take a fucking full force rib shot with it?
I mean, there's
I'm not here
other
to
defensive implements that I would employ. I wouldn't just rely on my rib cage, obviously.
Well, it's armor though.
All right. I'm not
What
going
are
to
you,
do
Wolverine?
it. Sorry, I don't have the metal bones, but I'm working on it. Get there eventually.
Keep me updated.
Get that hip replacement, and I'll be good.
Yeah,
Titanium.
like archery is my main focus in the SCA right now, but there's not a lot to say about that. I guess as far as heavy fighting, I put on the armor and I've sparred with friends and stuff, and like I haven't gone out on the field because you need like not only do you have to be insured,
Mhm.
you have to have like health insurance,
Obviously.
but yeah, God, you have to be out there like 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's
That's
just
really difficult to do when
You're an alcoholic.
when you just took your last shot at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I feel as though we just haven't gotten old enough to really. Or eventually we get to the age where we don't drink as much and we start fighting more.
no.
Or
We're
we're
gonna.
too old.
And one
Yeah, I
of
was gonna say we're gonna get too old to drink and too old to fight, and we'll want to die at that point. I'm sure. I don't know.
we're already beat dead.
That is a possibility. You're right.
I think once our reputation hits critical mass at some of these events, then we can take some time away from the drinking and stuff. Because like, right now, all the drinking is about like PR and, having fun.
Yeah, I guess.
You can have fun fighting. Hello?
Probably. I mean, you probably can, yeah.
What do you mean you probably can? That's just
Actually,
fun as
you know
fuck.
what? No, I can't even say much. It's a different kind of fighting than I'm used to, but I did used to do, like, similar to Dagor here fighting back in the day, and I lived for that
And
shit.
you've been
It was
to New
fun.
Galena. We barely drank at all when we were at New Galena. Compared to an SCA event?
All right, compared to an SCA event, yes, because we still drank.
Yeah. But also, like, nobody else there drinks.
True.
It's like,
yeah.
let's get turned up. And, somebody breaks out a 12-pack of Yingling. Like,
Get that out of my fucking face.
what are we drinking, though?
Like, that's for
Like,
you,
go to
clearly.
an SCA event, and someone's like, let's turn up. And, it's a case of moonshine.
Yeah.
Like, I want to leave.
This is going to hurt, but I'm still in.
So, yeah, we're working on the heavy fighting. I've got my armor. I could probably walk out on the field. And you also have to get authorized. That's the other thing.
Yeah, you have to have a marshal actually,
So you got to learn all the rules.
I'm either gonna start
Rules to
on
fighting.
light fighting, either this WoW or the next event after that.
I'm hoping to get a few friends doing archery, which I've won, I don't know, 2 tournaments, maybe 3 tournaments, and I've got a podium in like another fucking like 4 or 5. So I'm hoping to make friends through that, and then kind of slide into heavy fighting through that way. Because right now, like, to authorize, you need like 2 marshals, and it's a whole thing. Yeah, either in person.
You should probably, if you want to start to get some connections through archery, you should probably talk to Thatch. I hear he's some kind of champion.
Is he? I don't know. I don't really hear
I don't
about
know,
it. I know he hasn't done the Reaper challenge.
He beat a couple of no-names at the last tournament he went to. And,
He didn't beat Tor, though. The best archer for Riverwald.
Never who.
You wouldn't.
I went to archery. So,
Yeah. You know who did beat Tor, though?
Was it?
Nobody.
It was me.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, nobody.
I mean, you're still not the champion of this region, though, for some reason. Why is that?
Because I've never practiced on a 60-foot clout shoot before underneath a fucking pine tree. I'll get him next year, though.
Yeah,
Chop, chop.
probably.
Every other contest I fucking killed.
Yeah, what was it? Fool's War, I think it was. What shoot was that you did?
The Queen's Tournament?
Oh, the Queen's Tournament, yeah. You guys did all kinds of weird-ass challenges through the woods and shit.
Yeah, we're shooting fucking poker cards or playing cards in the woods, like through bushes and around trees and shit, and like while blindfold or not blindfold but eye patched on, and like turn like horseshoed and like turned around and like stepped around trees, just all kinds of fucked up stupid shoots like that. Real fun, interesting, stupid,
But stupid as fuck.
It was like 24 shoots like that. I know I won the shit out of that. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, I heard. Most impressive. But, alright, so
It was.
let's break into this whiskey. How about that?
Oh. You say, how about that?
How about it?
Do you have your shot glass?
Shit. If only there was someone behind the camera that could go get that
And hand me my shot glass.
while he's at it.
Well, I got this one shot glass for this person.
Shut up, Jake.
Here. Hey!
What do we have? Stillhouse, America's finest. This, for anybody listening, this whiskey...
Make the noise. It makes this noise. If you can
Know what you're
understand,
talking about?
yeah, that
The
noise
bottle
kind of.
kerosene.
If you can understand what this, it's like in a canister of like charcoal lighter fluid, basically. Like
Yeah.
it's a stainless steel, one of those like really flimsy canisters, but it's a whiskey.
Yeah, just a red rectangle fucking... I love the aesthetic of it. It's
Yeah,
just a red container says Stillhouse on it.
Yeah, great presentation. It almost literally looks like the lighter fluid we have outside.
Yeah. Yeah, I could easily mistake this. But it's a spiced cherry whiskey.
That's actually what I thought it was.
Yes, it is a spiced cherry whiskey.
No,
Jake.
when I came in,
Oh, you thought it was lighter fluid?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stillhouse is distilled in a traditional copper still, then charcoal filter for superior quality and taste, allowing the natural sweetness of the corn to shine through.
Corn.
Our mellow flavor and smooth finish make this a truly versatile, clear spirit.
Yeah, I hope it's not clear.
It is. It
Oh my
literally
God.
says versatile, clear spirit.
But maybe they just mean it's like you can see through it, like it's still brown.
It's corn whiskey. It's fucking moonshine.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of moonshine, actually, I want to point out the fact that they modified the ingredients so that their percentage, for the alcohol percentage.
Yeah, shh. Jake, guess how much proof this is?
35.
Proof?
Oh, 70.
Jesus.
69.
Oh,
69 proof.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so corn whiskey infused with spiced cherry liqueur.
Well,
wait,
Oh.
liqueur.
it's infused with a liqueur.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stillhouse has elevated the genuine American craft of making spirits using our proprietary all-natural recipes and distilling mastery. Our superior taste and remarkably smooth finish create the new standard for a great American classic.
Mm.
Please enjoy responsibly. Alright, cool. I'm ready to crack this bitch. Has this already been opened?
Yeah.
you cracked it.
It came open
That
very
was
easy.
way too easy.
And you can sneak so much of this while you're in the store.
Toddler could sneak this.
Well, if they learned any basic human survival instincts at all, don't drink kerosene, then they probably won't touch this.
What? Like, where did they make this? It just says Stillhouse Spirits
America.
Company, USA.
Goddamn right, it's America.
Tennessee. All right.
Tennessee? All right.
Spot on Tennessee. Like, it's literally easier to get into this than it would be a kerosene canister.
It's more dangerous.
It-
The kerosene is.
Oh, God.
See? It's not... Wait, no, maybe it was my
No,
glass.
that's
It
just
looks-
leftover rum.
Is it?
Yeah, that's that color. That's the leftover rum. It's clear.
Yeah. All right, so for his shot glass...
No. It's a
Okay.
little yellow.
Yeah, it's got a yellow tinge. You can really see
it
the
looks
corn.
like a very well-hydrated person took a piss.
That's a good way to put it.
Whew. Does it smell like corn whiskey?
All corn whiskey tastes like corn.
That smells familiar, actually.
Whew.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol.
No, it smells like cherry rubbing.
No, this smells like something
Oh, that's
at
interesting.
like an SCA event someone would give you that they're trying to get rid of. You know?
Cherry cough syrup mixed with
It's just lean.
I think it's just lean in a canister.
Why did I smell this first? Oh,
Because you want to expose it to your palate.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. 'Cause
fuck my palate.
Yes.
you
Wait.
yeah, you'll get there. So scent wise, I can do short bursts. Hold on. Cherry Band-Aid. And I wish that there was a different way to describe that, but literally that like weird, almost slightly metallic, weird scent you get with a Band-Aid.
This smells like some kind of medication that they would have given somebody back in 1898.
That's what it tastes like.
Oddly specific.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go and
That's
give
what
it a
it tastes
taste.
like, not bad.
It's not bad. It's not overpowering
Okay.
by any means.
Let me go and give this a try. See where we're at.
Yeah, go for it. I think I could get drunk off of this.
That's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, you're right. It's got a medicine-y
Yeah, definitely medicinal
Taste.
in some way.
but I mean, it's not overpowering in any means.
It's got that weird aftertaste you get from cherry Tootsie Pop. Like the candy coating. It's really weird that it's there, but that's...
I would hate to throw this up.
So,
I'd hate to throw any liquor up, personally, but this one especially, yes.
you know how we really describe this?
Mm.
This is a terrible, terrible whiskey. But it's not a bad cherry spirit.
Okay.
I'm not getting any whiskey from it. I feel like if it was labeled differently, I would like it. If it was like, a hint of cherry, light moonshine.
Still
I probably like
helps.
it a lot more.
Actually, that would be more accurate. That's probably what it would taste like, is a very light cherry moonshine. Way less alcoholic, though.
Still helps. Stale red hots.
Solid advertisement, Jake. Though, please don't quit your day job.
We're never going to get any kind of whiskey sponsorship.
Hey,
It's good. It tastes like wood.
Well, no, by the time this shit takes off, I don't know, 50, 100 podcasts from now, however long it takes, we're going to have done all the main whiskeys that would have sponsored us. We're just going to sit there like, I can't get fucked up off of it,
Well,
It's a sipper, at best.
All
I
the-
wouldn't buy this.
all the major whiskeys that would sponsor us, we're probably not going to end up reviewing because we already know them too well.
Think so?
For example, Jameson. Smooth, delicious, crisp taste.
Tastes like pennies.
Yeah, but now Tooley's is never going to sponsor us.
Who?
The other Irish whiskey.
Out of all two. For those of you who didn't see, I pulled a bottle of Jameson from almost literally nowhere.
I'm pretty sure it came from somewhere.
Shut up.
All right. Have fun doing this podcast with that.
Don't reveal the mystery, Joey.
Joey, shut up.
Yes, I'm grabbing 2 microphones. I don't know if this sounds different or not, but I'm going to try and work it from here, I guess. Or should I just try to pretend to be you? I don't know what to do here.
You can't pretend to be me.
I'll tell you
No,
what.
I can't. I can't be.
Pretend to be me.
All I can do is like stupidly imitate your laugh, and that just feels like overdone at this point.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy. That's the best I got.
You have to imitate my mannerisms and personality. That's an imitation. Come on.
I can't do that. Look at me.
That's a terrible imitation. See, Joey or Eric, one and the same, in case you didn't know, would never say that he can't do something.
Yeah, I know.
Closer.
Wait. Shut up. Oh my God,
Not bad.
I wasn't trying.
Not bad.
It just has to come to me naturally. So, overall on this whiskey, get the corn. Yeah, the corn comes through. And again, I've described it as basically cherry Tootsie Pop candy coating.
It's going to be the final test, has to be shooting it.
Should I finish this one first? Or just
Yeah,
do this?
you have to sip that, though.
What? All right, sit here for 30 seconds while I sip this.
Yeah. Incomplete.
Stop slurping.
You don't have
Don't
to
do
be
that.
fucking
Table
loud
manners,
about it.
come
Yeah,
on.
did you learn anything from doing that outside of not doing that to liquor?
I learned nothing.
God, I love the fucking can so much, but for one, it's just making me think kerosene when I drink it.
Yeah, just fantastic. As a millennial, I love that concept.
Well,
100% though, if it said, moonshine or like, some sort of weak moonshine, which I guess is just whiskey.
Yeah, okay, that's
Chinese
accurate.
corn whiskey.
Yeah, I know, but when someone says whiskey, there's a certain thing that you think, right? There's a certain flavor that you think.
Wood.
There's a color that you think.
Brown.
Okay.
Brown wood. Trying to help here. I don't know what to do.
You're not here to help.
Yeah.
I mean, if it said moonshine, maybe. Of course, maybe we're just not versed enough in the liquor terminology.
I guess, yeah, that could be
Yeah,
part of the
I mean,
problem. Vaughn, get in here, quick.
No, Stu.
Shh, Vaughn's here. Sorry.
Just. Oh, I can do it at the end of this. Fuck you.
No, you don't get to be. You have to be.
There's a difference.
Okay, so Vaughn got here and immediately started raiding our kitchen.
Weird.
Oh, look for the fucking booze container.
A booze container.
Booze
You ever drink out of a Yahtzee cup?
Anyway.
No.
This vaguely reminds me of Born.
Board.
Your podcast has been sabotaged.
Apparently, it's just all falling apart at the seams.
Oh wait, is it still going on?
Yes, this is still recording.
What do you think we're sitting here?
I thought y'all were just shooting the shit because the curtain was up.
You don't need it anymore. You would know that if you'd been here. anytime
Oh!
Fuck you.
Say that again.
Yeah, fuck you, sir. Fight me.
recently. Fuck you.
So do you want to try this?
Oh, have you already popped it?
Yeah.
We have. Do you have a shot glass?
Probably.
Wow, Vorn's so unprepared.
Yeah.
Typical Vorn behavior.
Vorn.
Unprepared.
Somebody.
Right back.
Wait, get.
Oh
What?
my
No, you're
God.
not. No, you're not. Podcast is almost over. All right, so like sip half of that. Tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, give yourself a little.
We're gonna
nip.
shoot this this last bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow. Okay.
Say corn whiskey. You missed the reading for it, but it's obviously you can read
Kind of.
yourself. Spiced cherry corn whiskey.
It's kind of underwhelming, but like,
It's not overpowering.
yeah, I could definitely just like knock that back a couple times a night.
Think so? We're about to test that theory.
Word?
Ready? Let's shoot it.
All at once.
Yeah. For some reason. Cheers. Horn. That's just awful yours is.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cheers to this. Someone in the background talk for a second.
See, no,
Yeah.
I'm judging everyone's reaction. Go ahead and drink. I'm judging everybody's reaction by their facial expressions. Draco cringed fairly heavily when he took that shot. Yeah, no, so he like cringed up like he was having a heart attack, right? Like he was clutching his left arm a little bit.
I'll tell you what. Because I took a sip of that, and I went, that's not nearly as bad as this Blackheart that I've been drinking over here. And then I cringed at the thought of having to drink more of it.
Valid.
No, I can shoot that.
Yeah, actually, it is better shooting than sipping, for sure.
Like, I'd much rather shoot it because the sipping is kind of disappointing. Like, it's flavorful, but it's not like boozy enough. I don't know if that means I've been drinking too much, but it's not like
You're one of us.
Yeah.
yeah. Like it doesn't bite like I would like something that I'm sipping on to like bite.
Yeah, I can feel that. Like I said, it is.
It doesn't
but
have
it's-
the burn that we're used to.
That's
Yeah.
true as well.
That's what I'm
Also,
saying,
You
that,
guys
like,
been
it doesn't
drinking
have that little
Blackheart, and I've
bite
been
to
drinking Jameson tonight. So.
Oh.
For those of you not watching on YouTube or something like that, we actually had to take a brief intermission because the puppy in the other room wouldn't be quiet. And because we're a bunch of goddamn nerds, they ended up breaking into a conversation about that scene from Lord of the Rings where the orcs kill one of their own, and it looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Well, yeah, man, that's how we got to this point, so no one's confused.
Oh, is that what's on the menu?
No, meat. We just went over this.
Oh. Meat and Blackheart.
Yeah, so speaking of that, all right, I've had a question for a long time. Why do orcs know what menus are?
Because there's like a fucking McDominate in Mordor.
No, paint a picture.
McDominate.
Paint a fucking picture for me. I want to hear about
All right,
it.
so this McDominate, it's like the M has got fucking spikes and stuff all over it.
Obviously, it's
Most
black
of the
as
time
well.
when you're getting food, you're just getting like old ass goblin, maybe like
And that's a vegetable.
Well, they have
as
to
we
have
all know.
multiple things for there to be a menu, right?
At
you're
least
getting like Shelob eggs.
6 to 8 items.
You're getting
Do you think they have like a value menu as well?
value menu is literally just like when one of the staff dies and they're like, all right, he's on the menu. They just toss one of the fucking old ass like goblins
Yeah,
on there.
we got it on hand. We got to sell it to this. It's going bad already. Let's go.
Well,
Yeah.
and like I can buy them knowing what a menu is just from raiding towns and shit, right?
To what, just-
Wait, how does that make
No,
sense?
they fucked up a restaurant at one point.
Well,
Just
they,
were like,
they
what's
like
this
raid a
called? It's a
town or some
menu.
shit. Yeah, and they see all the lists of the foods and stuff in what's the English language in Middle Earth? Is it common?
No, is it common?
I thought they had a different.
Oh, yeah, the common tongue. There's a different
Yeah.
written language.
And obviously a lot of orcs know common tongue and stuff, and probably some of them maybe even be able to read it. So they can probably they're raiding a fucking restaurant or a tavern or some shit, and they see all the fucking food just written on there, and like, oh, what the fuck is that? And they're like stabbing a guy. What's that? Why do you have all your food written down? It's weird.
Tell me
Like,
what-
what's a menu? What's a menu? He just explains everything about a menu. I can buy that.
He still has time.
Why do they know the phrase of like? Or the restaurant economy of taking things on
On
and
and
off
off a menu.
the menu. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I imagine Lurtz has got a dude up there and it's just like torturing him for like 48 hours straight, getting the full details on restaurant
and then he opens a restaurant and just sees how it goes.
Lurtz's Cafe! Meat's on the menu, boys!
But it's just meat. Meat's the only thing on the menu.
And sometimes
it's either on or off of it.
Yeah, sometimes it goes off the menu.
I mean, I would imagine spider eggs are on the menu too.
That's meat, you idiot.
Or what if the
Is
person
it
that
web
learned
meat?
it from
Yeah, it's
actually
boneless meat.
was killed because that restaurant didn't have meat.
I mean,
Well, then the restaurant would have meat.
When it opens, meat's back on the menu.
It's just
I
a
mean-
really confusing statement. It's a simple statement that usually goes unnoticed, but
These are the things that keep Joey up at night.
these are the things that keep me up at night.
yeah.
Also, the phone spiders. That's a whole other thing.
Gentlemen, behold! I've created phone spiders!
Speaking of which, so obviously, let's defund the police, right? You know who should get to replace them?
Dr. Weird.
Aqua Teen Hunger first, y'all.
Number one in the hood, babe.
Why?
Thank you for anybody that watched Adult
Would
Swim
you
late at
commit
night.
a crime if you knew fucking Shake was gonna show up in like 4 months?
All right,
And just kick your shit in?
no, wait.
Like kill you and your dog with a sawn off?
Because like Frylock, he's gonna figure out that you committed a crime.
And electrocute you with his mind. Yes.
You're just gonna wake up and meat wad sitting on your fucking legs.
I
The worst
You know what?
part about that is
That's-
he'll never leave.
I would rather die than meat wad.
How long you fucking been there? Like a week?
Like, oh my god. You've literally been getting killed by meatwad.
God. That's horrifying.
A cab.
Just so we actually make sure and stir in some politics to this very unpolitical episode for once.
Yeah. So if you haven't figured out, we're just winging this fucking podcast today because we get tired of talking about politics.
Yeah, it's depressing and annoying.
Well,
and I'll be
is that
damned.
privilege?
No. Well, actually, yes. But
Yo, no.
I'll be damned if for the longest time, by the way, you said on 2 podcasts ago, I don't care if we have 6 people watch this podcast. I'll be damned if the YouTube video wasn't sitting on 6 views for 2 weeks
yeah.
straight.
I don't care if we have 6 people watching.
Nostradamus up in this
As soon as
bitch.
we get 7.
Well, we got 7 literally yesterday.
Bruh.
So thank you, whoever that was.
It was me. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. You finally watched your own podcast. Weird.
Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Cheers. Hell yeah, bro.
No, I watched it several days ago.
Should have watched it at the beginning when it first came out.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
Starts to
You
pour
know
on
what?
my head.
I'm not begging, but I am.
Choosing, yeah, you're right.
Okay, I guess that's the only other
Why are
option.
you choosy?
Who wants some more of this whiskey, though? I'm kind of liking
I'll
this.
actually take another shot of that, surprisingly.
How much was this, by the way?
I don't know. I didn't buy it. This was sent to us by a fan.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yes, Alicia. The one fan we definitely know we have.
Shout out.
Yeah. She actually has a YouTube channel.
Follow her on Instagram.
She has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's all her just doing her classes online. But whatever.
Shout her out, yo.
It'll be in the link will be in the description.
I don't want to be educated.
Well, we have to shout out Basement Lounge with Mike Shea, the famous comedian.
Every episode.
Well, every time, like I tune into his Twitch streams every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 o'clock. Or I try to. Sometimes I'm always working.
Sometimes I'm editing.
Sometimes I'm actually having to work though.
Yeah.
During those. So, but every time I sign in, he shouts me out, shouts out the Two Whiskeys podcast. That's yours.
Yeah, this is mine.
Is it?
Oh, wait, no,
Oh,
that's mine.
shout out also to Vade the Elf.
Yeah, Vadriel the Elf. He is supporting us in his way.
What's his way?
No, he went in and last I talked to him, he went in and threw a like on every single video and commented on a couple of them.
Nice.
You know,
I didn't see
Love
any
you.
comments from him, but hell yeah.
I did.
Dissonance!
Wow, you're not even paying attention to your own channel.
I don't even get updates.
Oh,
Sad.
fucking sad.
Wow, YouTube.
Yeah. I don't remember her name. Whatever. The
Fucking what,
CEO
Nick?
of YouTube. I was going to
Oh.
but I don't remember her name.
Yeah, you don't get a shout
It's
out.
probably Zuckerberg.
In a wig.
No, actually, they're at war right now, so it's very clever of him, I think.
He's at war with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Actually sounds quite normal.
Yeah, aren't we all?
I have a theory that Zuckerberg is actually just a malfunctioning sex bot.
Specifically a sex bot.
Yeah. Have you seen his eyes?
Yeah.
Just deep and just
Dead.
They draw you
They're
in.
just dead
Oh,
eyes.
never mind.
That's
sorry.
why
What?
sex dolls are
What?
so popular. Dead eyes, man.
Yeah.
What?
What?
What, do sex dolls' eyes look realistic to you?
I don't know, but I gotta try this now.
Yeah, no, the dead eyes really does it.
I'll be right back.
Alyssa, just stare off into space from now on. See what happens.
No, he's
Stare
so
off and
used
look
to it,
into
he doesn't
the
know
left
the
and think
difference.
of
It's kind of hard not to when his face is buried in my neck.
Just
Ha! Gross.
stare up at the ceiling.
Wow, they won't even make eye contact while they're making love.
I'm
Jesus.
like a vampire. I like to eat the blood.
Yeah.
You eat it.
Yeah.
He waits till he's
So
coagulated.
it's coagulated.
And he's just like chewing on
So
it. Like
it is
this.
dead eyes.
All right,
The
nice.
problem is chewy.
Oh God, that's
Disgusting. Yes. Anyway,
yeah.
Only
moving
happens once a month. What, you're not a fan of period juice?
He does get excited that month anyway.
And that brings us to our next
It's
sponsor.
like OJ with more,
period juice.
Oh, talking about OJ, so
yeah,
I
it's
bought
like
some
orange
old
juice
school-
with more iron.
I bought some old school Star Trek comic books, and they have a fucking
Nerd.
OJ Simpson boot advertisement in them.
Boot?
Boots, like OJ Simpson boots.
That's weird.
Dude, OJ Simpson was a fucking like super famous like.
Murderer.
No, he was acquitted.
Allegedly.
He didn't murder nobody but 2 people.
The glove didn't fit.
They probably
Okay.
fucking deserved it.
Whatever. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
If the glove does not fit, you must quit.
It's true, the glove didn't fit. Have you actually watched the trial?
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
haven't.
You never put the evidence in the hands of the accused.
Have you watched the trial?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes.
The worst
I
part
feel
about
like
it
you're
is
lying.
The glove was dried.
You're definitely lying.
Like it had been moist and then it dried and shrunk. And so it didn't fit. And
He was wearing gloves for one, but I don't think that glove ever would have fit.
Is this we're breaking into the OJ trial?
Yes, the OJ
How long ago was this?
fucking 15 years. No.
It was more than that.
Dude, it was in the
20
90s, man.
Yeah, it was-
No, it's 2020, over 20
It was
years.
like
You're right.
30
It's
years.
2020.
Yeah, dude!
Wow, it's 2020. Weird.
You're turning 30 in like a week.
Ew.
No.
2 weeks.
I turned 27 in like
Shut up.
3 days.
Nobody cares.
Youngin.
Young blood.
How many people died when they were 27? Like famous musicians and stuff.
I think it was.
Look that up because I heard a lot of this bullshit.
Yeah, 27 Club.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I heard a
Okay.
lot.
I was thinking about this the other day, earlier today as well.
I heard a lot of the 27 Club was bullshit.
White letters.
Like, I know Kurt Cobain was 27, and I think Janis Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain and Jimi Hendrix, but I'm pretty sure like Jim Morrison wasn't, and
I'm
Bon
not
Scott.
gonna go out like Jimi Hendrix. I'm not that dumb.
You know, you're gonna go out like Bon Scott,
How did he go?
wrapped around a stick
As far as I can
of a
tell,
car,
only 11.
stick shift, and froze to death.
That's
Because none of he was right outside of his flat. None of his friends, all of his friends were too drunk to bring him inside, so he froze to death on his car.
Oh, that's shitty.
I mean, how realistic does that sound, though?
Yeah.
Like you go out getting fucked up with your buddies, drive home. You're like, no, I'm just gonna sleep here. I'll come in a second. And everybody's like, all right, cool. And then they just pass out and you fucking freeze to death.
Yeah. Don't go to sleep in Detroit.
Obviously not realistic in South Carolina
Yeah.
because it never gets below fucking, 70 degrees.
I won't die like Jimi Hendrix because I'm just not that dumb.
Yeah, take a cocktail and then fucking choke in your own vomit.
Yeah. No, I'll take a cocktail. I'm just not gonna fucking sleep on my back and choke my own vomit.
Yeah.
Or put acid in my cuts.
That seems
intense.
inventive to me, though. He would cut his forehead, and then he would put the acid in his bandana, and then he'd go up on stage and play. It seems inventive to me.
He puts it right on his third eye, yeah.
I mean, he didn't always cut his forehead either.
Yeah, but
A lot of
bruh,
times he would just put it in there, and he would sweat and absorb it.
that is so bad. No.
Yeah, but you're aware of that now.
I mean, like, I would do ask what? Huh?
73
What?
people.
I want the names.
Fuck you, God, I'm not listening to 70.
Well,
Alright.
no, the names of the famous people that
Yeah.
we know of. Because I know some of them are bullshit.
We got people like Brian Jones. He was a Rolling Stones guitarist,
Okay.
co-founder. And he died in a swimming pool.
Drown.
Well, I want to know about the names that are bullshit that everybody knows. Jim Morrison and Janis Joplin.
Janis Joplin is on here. It says January 19th, 1943 to 1970
Okay.
from a drug overdose.
All right.
I don't really need the dates. I just want to know because what are the names that you have always heard? These are the musicians that are 27. They died.
Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. Scroll down just a little bit.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain,
Cobain's
Bon
on
He's on
Scott.
there. I didn't see Bon Scott.
Yeah, so that one might be bullshit. I want to say that Jim Morrison was bullshit.
Every time I've looked it up, I've seen Jim Morrison. Every place I've been to. Jim Morrison, I think really did. There's Amy Winehouse.
Oh, I
Was
forgot
she
about
fucking
that.
27?
Mhm.
Jesus.
Ah,
Dude, Amy was so good.
Rough age.
Yeah, don't let me get into drugs this year.
At all?
Don't let me get into drugs I can OD on this year.
Are you a musician?
Oh, yeah.
Vorn,
Oh, also I was going to tell you, I'm going to pick up the violin.
Don't.
don't. Don't do that. That's the
Also,
one defining
There's
factor.
the old myth as well that they were all carrying like a white lighter.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
that's
that.
what I was saying, the White Lighter Club at the beginning.
I carried a white lighter every day for a year when I was 27.
Yeah, but you weren't a
Did you?
musician.
Trying to join the club?
What do you mean? I sing.
Whoa, up, sure, right?
He sings, just
good
not
im-
well.
Good imitation.
See, I always carried around a white lighter.
Better than yours.
Mostly because nobody else wanted it, so I just got a lot of free white lighters.
True.
Well, we're actually getting pretty close to a wrapping up point here. Yeah, we actually are, I believe. So maybe we'll do our normal like 10, 15 minute wind down at this point.
I love winding down.
Yeah. We're getting ready to go drink harder than we have been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Allegedly.
Oh,
I'll accept allegedly.
did y'all know that
Nope, didn't know that.
Columbia Police Department has been like on a roll during this whole like protest stuff, man.
Doing what?
Like
Probably the
just
wrong thing, but
the wildest shit, dude. Like they've been like witch hunting random like protesters and stuff. Like
You know
Go
we
on
have
Facebook
to talk
accounts.
about Chaz and Chap, the
Hmm?
Capitol Hill area that protesters took over.
Oh yeah, the autonomous zone.
Yeah,
it's one of like two or
we
three.
have to touch on that
we'll get to it at some point.
I think-
right now.
Can we give it a week?
Do we
I
wanna-
don't even know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
so
It probably won't even be around in a
No,
week.
it's-
You haven't heard of Chaz?
It's
in
actually
it's
still rolling.
it's like a 6 or 8 block area, Capitol Hill, Seattle, that protesters took over, so no police allowed.
Shit.
And at first, it was doing all right from all the reports that I heard.
Hmm.
And then it started to fall apart.
Yeah, they
and then it
have.
got back together again.
No, it's still going on.
Yeah, but
and it's
it
no,
started.
it's still shitty from
Oh,
what
I-
I'm saying.
Yeah, from what I heard, they
'Cause
started to get.
They had
shit
to
back
put their
together.
own police,
And they had to
in
make a
place.
police force.
and it from what everything that I've seen, it's turned into the what was that fucking experiment? The Stanford prison experiment.
Oh, this is basically
Oh.
that.
Yeah, no, it turned into that on drugs.
Yeah. Well, like,
Because random people with no training to speak of, with fucking military-esque weapons and military-esque, armor, were given a shitload of power. they turned into fucking prison, Stanford prison experiment.
Yep, just immediately corrupted.
Yeah.
From what I can tell,
And
it's
they
not that
militarized as fuck, which is the opposite of what. I mean, I saw a video, and I watch a lot of people that a lot of people would consider just bootlickers, just assholes. But the facts speak for themselves. Like you can say what you want about the fucking YouTuber, whether they're a bootlicker or whether they're a fucking right wing asshole or a moderate asshole, whatever you want to call them. But I mean, one of them was walking through the Seattle, Capitol Hill area with a fucking pin on his chest that was like in support of like animal cruelty, like regulation or some shit like that, animal safety kind of stuff. And it resembles like a police pin, right? But it's not that. It's animal safety, which the guy legitimately promotes. And he's actually trying to be an ally for the people there because he supports the idea of what they're doing, not necessarily the way they're going about it, but he is an ally. He's trying to be an ally. He wants to be an ally. He's walking through there, and a guy just sees the pin on him, doesn't bother to read it. He's like, hey, fucking, this guy supports police or some shit. And the guy turns around and is like, no, the fuck, I don't read the goddamn pin. And before he could even get the fucking words out of his mouth, dude slaps the phone out of his hand as he's live streaming it. And, like, gets ganged up on by, like, 6 people. And they're all yelling and shit. And he's getting in their fucking face because the dude's, like, ex-fucking military.
Yeah.
He's gonna fuck these people up if he needs to. He's like, read the fucking pin, dumbass. It's for animal safety. Can you fucking read? And the guys are literally like, alright, fine, move along.
Wow, that sounds very police-like.
You're a fucking stormtrooper now? Fuck you. That's how people get killed. There's no police in that area. If the guy that had the phone slapped out of his hand had a mind to defend himself and his property, he could have gunned these fucking people down. They ganged up on him. If he was carrying... Who would have done anything? I mean, obviously, the police aren't even nearby. They're not even like 10 blocks within the area.
Yeah.
There's untrained assholes walking around with M4s with no sort of regulation.
Fear breeds contempt.
Yeah. Like,
No
organization at all.
When you're dumb, it gets worse. Like, now, I think that what they're doing is crazy, wild, kind of needs to be done, but they're going about it all.
Have you watched
way.
Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
That's how a sanctuary area is created.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it's created. And the fucking Bell riots are exactly what's going to come from that. But we're not going to get a federation.
Let's get a bunch of sanctuary areas.
But we're not going to get a federation. The Bell riots can break out.
We'll get Space Force.
All the shit can fucking break off and pop off and go crazy. We're not going to get any kind of federation, though.
Yeah.
See, the way I see it,
That's
like,
too socialist.
Petition Elon.
No, we
Petition Elon.
Petition. But enough about science fiction.
Would you like to know
I
more?
disagree. I think we should spend an entire podcast talking about science fiction.
Oh,
Not
I
this
think we
one.
can spend an entire podcast talking about Star Trek. Let's do this.
Star Trek
So-
and Starship Troopers.
Okay.
It's very valid right
It
now.
is valid. It's just
Would
a-
you like to know more?
It's just a fascist world. It's simple to talk about, Starship. It's a fascist world.
The only good book
It's
is the
really
dead book.
easy to buy into.
Yeah, because
Nobody wouldn't buy into the Star Troopers government if the Starship Troopers government if they were, had the propaganda that they were getting. I would buy into it. You would buy into it. You would buy into
You
it.
want to know something crazy?
If you believe that you're getting attacked by fucking
Oh God, yeah.
Bug Menace.
bug aliens and
Fucking
shit.
destroy them.
Yeah.
So the movie takes
The
place
power
in
of
fucking Buenos
propaganda.
Aires.
Hey,
Everybody's
save it
white
for
people.
the next podcast.
You were about to say propaganda.
Yeah.
Save it for the propaganda.
Say for the
Save it
propaganda.
for Joseph Goebbels.
Goebbels! Goebbels!
The propaganda machine.
All right, well, I feel like that's a pretty good point to wrap this up.
Wrap it up on Joseph Goebbels.
Yeah, sure, why not? Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check us out on all our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that good stuff. This will be up on YouTube as well as all podcasting platforms. Check us out.
And again, be sure to check out our friend Mike Shea at Basement Lounge Pond. He streams on Twitch, 11 o'clock a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and on every other platform he has streams.
Yep. All right. Anything else to add, anyone?
I'd like a drink.
I'm not down with that.
Suck it.
Cool.
What? Is that what you say?
We will see you in the next one.
I don't like that one.
That's Markiplier. All right.
Well,
Shit.
if you don't like it,
You know, I have to admit, I'm having difficulty with the WWE Suck It, Degeneration X. What do you mean it's not ours?
Because we're using somebody else.
Well, we haven't talked about WWE or Degeneration X
No, we
at
haven't.
all on this podcast.
we can.
Literally no one knows, or a lot of people probably don't know what that reference is to.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit. We talked about the whole DX shirts and getting in trouble in school way back.
On this podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I
that's how we
remember.
segued to
Then
that.
there might be 6 audience members that know.
I remember we touched on that. I mean, I feel like we need to put some edited cut in
Of them
of
wrestling?
that happening of the Degeneration X.
Yes.
At least specifically that scene, because this whole thing is a joke. Like, if you're not down with that, you can suck it. You know, and if you're not down with that, you can suck it. Like, that's a joke that we've been going forward with, or been going with for the last, I don't know, fucking 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Because of
Something like that.
one scene when Degeneration X was at its hype in the Attitude Era of WWE, where Triple H literally said that, because, DX's whole thing was, if you're not done with that, then you can suck it, haha, and then, they would leave.
Yeah.
They would chop their fucking balls or whatever, the DX kind of thing, and they would leave, and that was their thing. It was like, I think they were talking to McMahon in one fucking episode. You might have to cut it in if we can find the fucking clip.
I'll
of
see
it.
if I can find the clip, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't find that clip. Sorry. To suck it?
It was literally like, I think he was talking to Vince McMahon. He's like, and you can suck it. And if you're not done with that, then you can suck it. We just had a whole joke about it for years of like,
Because he fucked up once.
And if you're not done with
I don't know why he did it. Like,
I think he fucked up.
he had to have fucked up because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
sorry,
pretty sure
so
he just fucked up.
so
and
you
he
can
just kept going.
so you can suck it, but if you're not done with that, if you're not done with sucking it,
then you can also suck it.
then you can suck it. All right.
It's
And
easier.
If you don't
than
want to
that.
suck it, you can suck it. Okay.
It's not
So,
gonna suck
All right.
itself.
You have 2 options.
Keep that in mind,
You can either
buddy.
suck it, or you can fucking suck it. All right. DX route.
So, origin stories of that aside, I guess this has been a 2 Whiskeys podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
Suck it.
If you're not down with that,
Then you can suck it.
All right, whatever. We'll see you next time. Peace.
I like that honestly because it's so dumb.
Fucking dumb.